Hello everybody, and welcome to the out-of-focus review of the Frontier A321 in the Cubby the Bear livery by Aeroclassics. So this model I got back in October of 2021, I believe. Yeah, that seems about correct. Something like that. And this is one of the few models that I have that I've actually flown on the real plane. So that's kind of a cool connection to this particular aircraft, but we'll begin with the box. So we have the baby bus models up there, new range from Aeroclassics. It's the baby bus Aeroclassics box. We have the A319, the A320 over here, the A321 on this side. Here's the aircraft right there, and it has all that stuff. And then on the back here, we also see the aircraft again and the QR code. New exciting range of baby bus models. I don't know really how new that is anymore. I feel like the Aeroclassics have been doing it for a while, but we'll bring the model in frame now. I'll actually get it zoomed in here on the front. So right up here we have our cockpit windows. This thing, which I believe is like some sort of static port or something. We have of course, the Cubby the Bear titles down there. We have our L1 boarding door right here, and then the nose gear, which rolls very well, although I wouldn't suggest rolling it, because these are Aeroclassics models after all, and they can roll, but the wheels will easily fall off if you roll them too much. So here we have our blue cheat line stripe thing down there, beginning just under the L1 door, and continuing down until about right there. And then it just cuts off, but you'll see it comes back once again a little bit down there. But that is all blue right there. Then we have the Frontier billboard titles in green right here. This is their newer livery. Funnily enough, using the older Frontier Airlines logo from the way back in the old days. But the logo looks very nice. I really like Frontier's new logo. I mean, I miss their old livery was very unique, but I still think they definitely encapsulated the frontieriness of their branding and their livery with this new livery. Of course, it symbolizes their switch to being a ULCC, and I guess it does make their aircraft stand out more. Like, I mean, that's what Spirit and Allegiant are basically just trying to do when they kind of became ULCCs. I mean, Southwest has always been doing it. Sun Country does it, so that's, I guess, just the way it goes. That was the table breaking, so hopefully this all doesn't come crashing down in a moment. We also have our L2 door right here. I will note that the Frontier green there is a bit dark. And the actual livery, that is definitely a lot brighter. That's kind of a common thing on the Aeroclassics models, though, is that on pretty much all of them, the coloring is dark, which is a bit unfortunate, but I guess it's just what we come to expect. I mean, it's pretty much the case for every single one of my Aeroclassics models. I can't think of one that is not like really dark and rich in color. Not to say that it's a bad thing, but it's kind of a bad thing. We have our beacon up here, and then we have our engine, the CFM56 right there. Then here we have our winglet, which is blue on the outside, and then on the inside, if you can see it on the other side over there, it has Cubby the Bear. Here we also have the details on the wings, which aren't spectacular because it's Aeroclassics, and I don't know, it is detailed on there, but you can't really see it very well. I mean, it has like the flaps and aileron details and stuff, not really slat details, but I guess it's applicable enough. I mean, you know what you're getting with Aeroclassics. I suppose they could be a bit cheaper if they're not going to include in all of like the antennae or anything like the other manufacturers do. But I mean, you are basically guaranteed a good QC model, which is sometimes hard to come by with the other ones. But here we have our L3 door, and of course this is all economy because this is, you know, a ULCC. We also have our flyfrontier.com little website down there, and then that's also where the little blue cheat line ends. And then we have our registration up here, November 714 Foxtrot Romeo. We have our American flag, and then here is, of course, Cubby the Bear on the tail, looking very nice. So yes, I did fly on this aircraft back in, like, I want to say like March of, was it March of 2020? It might have been March of 20, I think, maybe it wasn't March. No, it wasn't March, never mind. I jumped the gun a bit on that. I think it was like January of 2020. It was before the pandemic, but not too much before the pandemic. I remember that. And I remember having difficulty finding photos of the aircraft online when I tried to look for that. So it must have been like a pretty new livery back when I flew on it, which is kind of cool. But of course, here it is. Aeroclassics decided to make it, and now it's in my collection. So they did a pretty good job on it. Although I'd maybe like to see if NG or somebody like that, Gemini. I guess I would trust in Gemini enough. I mean, I got their Poppy the Prairie Dog Frontier A320neo. The new engines are a bit big, but this is not a neo, of course. I mean, I'm happy with the Aeroclassics one. I wouldn't, buy another one just to get the exact same model. Although, getting variety in Frontier aircraft is always nice to have, because I only have 3 of them, and since every single Frontier plane is different, it is nice to have, a nice variety of those. So I will definitely look to get some more Frontier aircraft once they are released, and we'll see which one I get next. I'm probably going to just exclusively look for A320neos, because they don't fly the A321s to MSP ever, or really any of my airports except for Madison on a few occasions. Wish it was nice to use this aircraft then, but they rarely ever fly to any of my airports. So I normally just end up using my what was the Baja the Whale Shark and Poppy the Prairie Dog my airport updates. But we'll see if I can acquire some more Frontier 320 Neos and boost that collection. But that is all that I have to say for this. Oh, I guess another thing about the model, we also have a beacon and some details on the bottom as well. It does come with those. It's just missing antennae, but that's not too big of a deal. It also has details on the back for the APU, I guess. So, they do a good job of, I guess, getting the basic details down. It's not like this is some jet hut model or anything. They go beyond that, which we can applaud Aeroclassics for, I guess. Yeah, that'll pretty much conclude this video, so thank you all for checking out the review of the Frontier A321 in the Cubby the Bear livery. Maybe you will fly on it as well, and now you know that I have graced the plane as well with my buttocks. So now I'm leaving you with that information. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and as always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.